What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. And that is me, and I'm back. And listen, if you know me, if you've heard anything I've ever talked about, you know that I can tend to get a little bit distracted on some things, and avoid making videos on the internet because I'm too busy doing so. Oh my God, damn! Because I'm too busy doing other things that are way less important. Now, I get pretty I've talked about how distracted I get with Red Dead Redemption, and I'm still playing that game, by the way. I'm still trying to get 100% completion. We can talk about that later. Might make a video about it actually, but like playing the game, because I feel like that'd be pretty fun, and it's really hard to do 100% completion, surprisingly, because you have to do like a whole bunch of like. You gotta kill this animal and get it perfect pelt, or you will die. You will not get 100% completion, and you will not get this funny little squirrel statue, and then you have to find it after it gets hidden like 8 times, and then, only then, do you get the achievement. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, okay, yeah, that's great and all. I love the game so much that I'm willing to do that. And also, you gotta find these specific birds, and you gotta kill those specific birds, and then skin those specific birds, and then get the little feathers of those specific birds, and then give them to some guy with a very specific mustache, who has a very specific way of speaking, and has a very specific list of things that he needs for whatever, because I skipped that cutscene and I don't remember. So, but another game I can typically get pretty distracted on is FIFA. And now listen, FIFA is my most played game because I have about 500 hours in that game. Now probably about 50 of those hours are me leaving it on, but that's still, even if it is 450 hours, that is still my most played game. So if we look at that and we think, okay, say for instance, if you were looking at someone's Steam profile and you saw that they had 450 or 500 hours in FIFA, you'd like, okay, this person has like this person is not normal, right, obviously someone who's willing to spend that much time on a horrible game as in FIFA is probably like not enjoying themselves every single time they play, which is true. I don't enjoy myself when I play it sometimes, but it's about the experience. It's about the experience. So something I don't even play I don't even play Ultimate Team, like the Ultimate Team where you get to make your own team with the cool cars. I don't even play that. I play career mode, and I hate everyone who says, oh, if you just play FIFA career mode, just get Football Manager. I'm like, no, I will never stoop as low to buy Football Manager and play it. It is a horrible game. It is too complicated. It is too hard. They don't even have professional teams in it. I'm sorry. I'm not playing as a team doesn't have any of the pictures of the players, doesn't have any of the actual players. It's just some random goofy ass emblem with just the same city as their name. Like, I don't want to play that. So, I typically, and with FIFA career mode, I typically get pretty into it. Like, I get really into it. Like, there was one time where I did like a career mode for like, not 15 years, but like 15 years, 15 straight years, like 15 seasons. And I won the Champions League in every single one of them. I'm just kidding. It wasn't 15. It was more like 8. But still, winning 8 Champions Leagues in a row is wild. It is actually, that is like not something you are like regularly supposed to do. I don't think anyone in history has won it like 3 times in a row. So, actually, that's a lie. Maybe someone hasn't won it like 5 times in a row. So, I get really into it, and it kind of distracts me. Like I could get. Okay, they need to get rid of the rocket launcher in this game. Listen, I know I just killed somebody with it, but it's starting to piss me off personally, and I don't really like that. Okay, so I get really into these things, so it kind of distracts me a lot. Like I kind of get like super into it, and by the time I realize it's been like 5 hours, and I'm just still playing it, and I'm like, oh, well that probably isn't great now, is it? So and it's different with Red Dead, because with Red Dead, I spend like probably an hour and 30 minutes each session. I don't spend like 3 hours playing it at all. Like I to particularly get off, because at this point there's no story to play. At this point there's absolutely zero story. Like I'm done with all the main story missions. Now what I need to do is just collect a whole bunch of random miscellaneous shit so I can have 100% completion. I'm at like 91%, but that last 9% is going to be horrendous, and I'm not ready for it. So I don't know, but those are really the 2 games I play. Like, you may be thinking, oh, well, Will, you got to play a lot of Halo, right? But, like, no, man, I don't play this game unless I'm, like, making a video. It's just the only video that, like, this is the only video game that I have that's actually, like, similar to what other people play during commentary videos. Or at least from what I've seen. So, Yeah, I don't really play a lot of first-person shooters, so this is really the only game that I have that is a first-person shooter. So, but anyway, back to FIFA. I'm just more of like a, I get really into it. Like, I mean, it's genuinely emotional. I have my own little stories in them that I make it like that are totally not true. Like, oh, this guy's playing in the Champions League final, and his wife just took custody of all three of his children, and she said that she would let him see his kids on weekends if he scores a hat trick in the Champions League final. So he's got to do it. He's got to do it. Like shit like that. I just come up with it. I come up with it just in my head, not thinking about it, and I had to make it like way unnecessarily emotional. I don't know why I do it. Maybe I just get really into it. That's probably most of it. But like, I mean, it's just wild. It's wild. I mean, maybe it's a problem. Maybe it is a problem. I mean, I think it is a problem actually. Like most people don't do that in their lives. So, I mean, yeah, but it's not that big of a problem. It really isn't. It's like a normal issue that everyone does. Everyone overhypes FIFA career mode and gets genuinely emotional when great things happen to them. You know what I mean? Like it's not a thing that happens. I'm a normal guy, believe me, okay? I'm a regular person. I'm a regular person just like you, okay? I just like a little bit of FIFA career mode, and sometimes I pretend it's real life. Like I did a whole thing with a player Neymar. I did a whole thing with him because I really wanted him to leave the team he was at and then go to a better one and actually win some trophies, you know? And then I did that, and then it was the same season where I won 8 Champions Leagues in a row. But if you don't know what the Champions League is, it's like the biggest tournament in Europe. So I mean, like if you win it, you're like the best team in Europe. So I mean, if you win it 8 times, you're like the best team in Europe, I guess. Not really sure how that works, but I guess that's what it would be. So, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I did like a whole thing with it, and then 2 weeks later, he went to Saudi Arabia, and then I got really sad about it because I was like, damn, bro, like I wrote out your script for you, man. I had the script written out and everything. Like everything was there, everything was ready for you. All you had to do was just go by the script and win 8 Champions Leagues, dog. It was gonna happen. You were gonna be the most decorated and successful player in the world, and then you win the World Cup with Brazil. Not in 2026, but in 2030, when you're 38 years old, and you're like an 83 overall, and no one wants you. And then I become the manager of Brazil and put you in position there, and then you score like 8 goals and win the Golden Boot, even though you wouldn't even be in the tournament if it wasn't for big old daddy me. I'm going insane.